It's time for Art Fair in Cape Town. The great thing, it's not just everything happening at the actual art fair, but there are so many events happening all around it. For example, this morning I went to one of my favorite restaurants for breakfast and I met Isaac, who is a gallerist from London. Amazing, very kind, and took me on this expedition to go and see an artist who at that point in time I'd never heard of, but after seeing the work realized the huge impact that Johannes made on the South African art landscape. This morning I felt a little bit like Alice in Wonderland. I was in one of my favorite breakfast places between us, and I chanced upon, I would say, the rabbit that I followed, and I came through into this amazing space. Isaac, thank you so much. What an amazing exhibition. Johannes, tell me about the artist, because this is just spectacular.
So this is Johannes Segogela, who was born in 1936 and died in 2018. And during his life he had an extraordinary career, but since he died, and actually on the internet it still says he's living.
I went and I Googled now, yes. And it's quite interesting.
Yes,
it's uncanny almost.
It's very strange, but I think it's indicative of how special artists in South Africa are so easily forgotten. He had an amazing career during his lifetime. He was represented by the Goodman Gallery from about 1985 until he died, maybe, or until the gallery sort of changed its program. And he's in many important museums across the world. And his work is incredibly tender and special and strange. And it's all about religion and life and death and sin, and sort of, he made these wooden sculptures sort of to rid the world of sin, I suppose. He was very against violence and bad behavior, and he was very dogmatic, and he's a slightly controversial character because his views were so strong. But I think he's interesting and truthful, and definitely someone worth thinking about.
Absolutely. I mean, I saw, for example, this one, the devil eating someone, the religious gathering over here. The angel is
filming.
Tell me a bit about this scene, because I mean, this is quite a beautiful.
This is quite a sort of shocking and upsetting scene, but when I first saw this work, all the figures were facing the same way, and then I received the work and I looked at it closely, and I realized that the sort of outlier of the group was this nurse who was holding what I think is a dead child, unfortunately. All the other figures in this group are pregnant or either holding children, and there's a priest. And so I think this is really a sort of very upsetting scene of a nurse holding a dead child, with the archangel of recording what is going on for God. So I think it's late 90s South Africa. It's a special, poignant work called African Renaissance.
And also here, they're praying to Jesus, who's on the cross. African religion, Christianity, it's quite interesting to see how everything coexists in terms of our history as South Africans.
Yes. They're really amazing. And then also, so there's this quite sort of heightened religious aspect to the work, and then there are also images of sort of normal city life, I suppose. He would travel very regularly to Johannesburg to take his work, to the Goodman Gallery, and I think these are, either businessmen or politicians. There is some great figures of people sort of traveling with baggage. They're really special.
Fantastic. Isaac, thank you so much. I know you've usually got your gallery in London. It's so lovely to have you in Cape Town, and thank you for introducing this special work.
Joanne. Thank you.